Just as they have done at regular intervals since the start of the financial crisis, some commentators are suddenly becoming much more optimistic about the UK economy. They have a point, but just a very small point. It may be the case that we're not actually going to see a triple-dip recession, which of course is good news. It may be the case that some of the official statistics have overstated the extent of the downturn. Again, that's good news. And there's no doubt that some sectors of the UK economy have performed really badly. And if you take those away from the overall picture, you see some modest growth in other parts of the economy. And for example, you've got finance that's in decline, you've got oil and gas that's in decline, you've got construction that's collapsed. And if you subtract those three sectors, the rest of the UK economy has grown slightly over the past few years. But to be honest, that's not good enough. You can't just remove some key sectors from the economy and say that the rest is going well. So I just don't see that as being a very good excuse. And when I look at the figures, I can see some modest growth returning, but I just simply cannot see any hope of a sustained, strong recovery of the sorts we've seen in the past. We're not going to go back to growth of 2% or more every year on average. At best, we're going to see very weak rates of growth for the next few years. And there's many reasons for that. Here are just a few. The UK economy is still going to have to deleverage. Public sector debt is still going up at a dramatic rate. The national debt is at the kinds of levels that economists say crimps growth. Public spending as a share of GDP is far too high, again reducing growth. Tax rates are far too high. The overall tax take as a share of GDP has gone up too much. Inflation's far too high. That's reducing real incomes, reducing savings, cutting demand. Far more cutting demand, far more, by the way, than what the government's actually done when it comes to reducing public expenditure. Wherever you look, there's massive structural problems in the UK economy. Our monetary policy is all wrong. It's allowing zombie firms to continue. That's reducing the reallocation of assets and resources and people and talent and capital of all kinds from good areas to bad areas. It's staying stuck in the bad areas. So wherever you look, one sees problems. I really think that, yes, the optimists may be right in the narrow sense, that we're not about to see another contraction, another collapse in the UK anytime soon, despite the bad international environment with the problems in the Eurozone intensifying, the US not growing as fast as people thought, and China only progressing at a meagre rate. Despite that, we're not going to see another collapse in the UK anytime soon, but I just can't see any return to very strong growth. The best we can hope for over the next few years is very, very weak growth.